Well, hello and welcome to WiseWorld Practitioners Scientific Reporting Mentorship Program. This is a collaborative project between WiseWorld and the Journal of Vertebral Subluxation Research, and I'd like to share with you a little bit more about what this is. As you may know, Donald Epstein and other leaders in the network span analysis family have been committed to quality research right from the beginning. You're probably aware that in 1997, the first great published report about network appeared in the Journal of Vertebral Subluxation Research. That was the retrospective study looking at 2,800 patients and the correlation between network care and improved quality of life. In recent years, follow-up studies have appeared from that study, published for example in the Journal of Alternative and Complementary Medicine, a two-part article on wellness lifestyles. These studies are really complex to realize. They take months, if not years, and hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars to perform. Obviously, this is difficult for a practitioner like myself or yourself to realize, but we need to take into consideration that we can also step up to the plate and participate actively in network research at our level. And this is what I'd like to talk to you about. It is interesting to look at the different research that have been done on network, and so far, if we're not taking into account poster presentations that have been made at major conferences, there has been 14 studies that have been published in peer-reviewed scientific journals. And 12 of those studies are actually published in the Journal of Vertebral Subluxation Research. So the network community has quite a good connection with that journal, and this is why we're working on a collaborative project. For those of you who don't know about the Journal of Vertebral Subluxation Research, this is a peer-reviewed scientific journal that serves the subluxation-oriented chiropractic community. Dr. Matt McCoy, the first picture you see on the screen, is the editor-in-chief, and other significant leaders in our profession are part of the editorial board. For example, Dr. Bob Blanks, who was involved in the first study on network span analysis, Dr. Christopher Kent, one of the most respected leaders in our profession, the Troyanovich, who are not great friends of network, but that doesn't prevent us from publishing in a journal, Dr. Candace Pert, the author of Molecule of Emotions, and others. Even Dr. John Keir, who actually heads now the research on the network wave, is part of the editorial board. And of course, they have even some really handsome people on there. Me, just a joke. How did it all start? How did I, as a practitioner, get interested in research? Well, it all started with another NSA practitioner, Dr. Madeleine Berendt, who published in 1998 a case report on the reduction of psoriasis in a patient undergoing network span analysis. And at the time, her case report made quite a big fuss in a chiropractic subluxation-based community, because she was one of the first practitioners to really step up to the plate and write a properly scientifically written case report. And I was interested in it, so I read it and I thought to myself, you know what, this is great, but I can do that. So this is what I attempted to do. I wrote up my first case report, and like everything, it's a new language, it's a new country you're visiting, so you don't know all the rules, so it takes quite a bit of time. But I stuck in there, and in 2006 was published my case study looking at the quality of life improvement and spontaneous lifestyle changes in a patient undergoing subluxation-centered chiropractic care. And part of the care it received was network span analysis. Well, once you start understanding the rules and the language of research, then it gets easier. This is why I went a step beyond that and worked on a before and after study looking at the improvement in attention in patients undergoing network span analysis. This is actually a great before and after study looking at 9 patients that had extraordinary changes in their ability to concentrate after undergoing 2 months of network care. If I show you that, it's not to brag about myself, but just to put you in the shoes that I was in 1998 when I read Dr. Barron's study. I want you to think, my God, if that guy can do it, so do I. And I hope you get excited and step up to the plate and decide to participate in our project. Well, what's the benefits of publishing? First is to tell the world about it. We all have those great cases, but unfortunately they're taking the dust somewhere in a file. If you just start publishing, the word will go out there and people will know about it. Can you imagine the number of people that are suffering in the world right now because they don't know what we're doing? This is our fault. We're not telling them. And as far as science is concerned, it doesn't matter the great cases you have in your office. If it's not published, it doesn't exist. Another benefit of publishing is the increased credibility and reputation. You become a perceived expert. And let's say you publish a case, for example, on ADHD. Next time the local community newspapers want to do something of reportage on it, well, guess who they're gonna contact? You. Obviously, it's also free publicity for our profession. Dr. Madeleine Barrett later did collection of 16 case reports on infertility, and those were taken up by the media, and it is estimated that we got about $4 million worth of free publicity just from those 16 case reports. Obviously, it's also a benefit for marketing and referral for yourself, as I'll show you a little bit later. For example, this is a press release that went out after we published the study on network care and attention deficit. Actually, what happened, one chiropractic neurologist in Florida took it, made a press release, handed a great piece in his local media, a TV show about 7 minutes that featured his work and his clinic. So once you get published, you can create press release and attract attention to you. This is another example where I practice in Switzerland. We have 5 major newspapers, and 2 of them did actually a full page on the work we're doing with kids with dyslexia, which was another study I published. So you position yourself as an expert and you get media attention. So our project essentially is to create a special issue of JVSR on network spinal analysis. This is no small feat. That would make network the first chiropractic approach to have its own special issue in a peer-reviewed scientific journal. So we already have a few people committed. In the loop, we have a theoretical paper on reorganizational healing. We have a retrospective study of the effects of network spinal analysis on SCMG pattern. We have a SRI practitioner that will be reporting on the benefits of SRI in children with special needs, especially speech pathology. We have someone from Australia working on reporting the effects of NSA on couples with fertility issues. We have one future NSA practitioner, still a student, going through chiropractic college, who will be reporting on the effect of NSA care in a poor responder to stress. We'll be looking at the effect of NSA care on the neurological organization in elite volleyball players. We'll have a paper looking at whether NSA care allows the body for self-regulation of vertebral subluxations. Listen, we all know that it does, but as long as it hasn't been published, it doesn't exist. And one of the last one that we have is a paper looking at the impact of NSA care on postural sway and fall risk. So this is great stuff coming up, and I hope you'll be the next on the list. Whatever you want to report on, if you have a great case or some very interesting phenomenon that you've observed in your office, please step up and publish with us. So, are you ready to step up to the plate? Well, all you have to do is go to the following post on the website and follow our 7 steps to writing up a great case report. We've structured the system to make it easy for you. All you have to do is look at the different posts on the website and follow the instructions. We'll be mentoring you through the whole process, so what you get is a free case report writing tutorial and case study examples. If you want to do something else than a case report, another project that you have but you don't really know how to structure it, or how to create a methodology for it, we'll give you free consultation and assistance for any of those projects. And as well, you'll have free mentoring throughout the whole writing and submission process. So anytime you need assistance or any help of any kind, you can contact me. You have any further question? You send me an email at ypauli@jvsr.com, or you give me a call at 0041 21 646 5238. This is in Switzerland. There's a 6 hours difference with Eastern Standard Time. I hope you're as excited as I am about this project. I hope you step up to the plate. I'm looking forward to hear from you, and I'm looking forward to see you on the next post.